What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal Steele, coming to you live, going up on a Saturday night, feeling all right. How you guys doing? Great to see you. Got a great show lined up for you guys tonight. Good to see a lot of members in the chat, tonight, and I'm sure more will continue to trickle in as we move forward. If I can ask you to smash that like button before we continue. It takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. Number one thing you can do to help a channel like this out, appreciate it. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. Feel free to hit the subscribe, hit all on that notification bell. If you're already a subscriber, hit all on that notification bell. You know, it's estimated that only about 25% of people on YouTube actually hit the notification bell for the channels that they subscribe to. It's just one of those one little thing that can take us another split second of your time that's just easy to forget. I've done it too, even on my most favorite channels. So if you're already a subscriber, just take a moment to do that as well, because this is predominantly a live stream channel. It's still predominantly, but I've been, obviously, as most of you notice, I've been making more video shorts and other content outside of this additionally. So let's see. Obviously, if you feel compelled to super chat through the duration of this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. Feel free to ask me whatever questions, comments you want, and we'll just get down to it, boppers. So, sorry about the hiccup last night. I know some of you were waiting here, like wondering what happened to me. I had this show lined up, and you were probably like, what happened to Real Deal Steven Steele? Did he fall asleep? I did not fall asleep, folks. My computer took a kaput, and I figured it out myself. We'll see. Knock on wood. Here's some wood to knock on. But I actually took apart my computer and through some tutorials that I looked up online, and I don't know, I tried a few things. I did some monkeying around and some cleaning in there, and here we are. It's working as of now. So that is a relief, obviously a relief. So what has transpired since the last time we talked, gang? What has transpired? Well, a lot, quite a bit. I mean, I just took one night off, right? Last night, inadvertently, mind you. And so much has happened just in this short duration. It's a really good reminder, isn't it? It's a really good reminder how quickly things can turn around, how just dynamic this entire market is. Now, Nick and I were echoing this sentiment throughout the entire month of September, and it is really vindicating in a way to see this happen just as we said it would happen. To the tune of the market literally 180ing on October 1st. And what did I tell you guys all through September? I said, relax, take some deep breaths. We're going to get through this fine. We have an entire history to look to look back on for the last 4 years, which has showed us that September is one of the most bearish points of the year. In fact, I said, and I never tell people, I never absolutely tell people to buy or sell. I don't get into that kind of thing. All I can do is tell you what I think and walk you through my logic. But what I did say was, I told you that I was doing my best with my limited finances to accumulate during the month of September, because I knew that this historically is the best month. September is historically overall the best month to accumulate, in my opinion. And it's not even my opinion. If you look at it just from a data point of view, how bearish and in the red all the cryptos almost always are through that month, and then how dynamically bullish they become shortly thereafter. So I did take that as an accumulation phase, predominantly for me personally, both Luna and Ethereum, and a little bit of Bitcoin. And I hope you guys were able to take advantage of that as well. Now, let me acknowledge some people in the chat. We got Zombie Doge Army, we've got Ramon, we've got Captain Howdy kicking things off with the first super chat of the night with $1. Feeling all right. I appreciate your $1, sir, and I appreciate you tuning in, and great to see you back in the mix, Captain Howdy. We got Abstractus Artemis, we got Neberto, haven't seen you in a few, good to see you. We got somebody going by Jay Floki, welcome Jay Floki. We got Alan Schneider, of course. We got, welcome back, Boof, BA Board 8 Ape Yacht Club, welcome back, good to see you, good to see you. I wonder, are you an owner of one of the pieces in the Board 8 Yacht Club? Because that would be a pretty impressive feat, my friend. Chi-Chi, welcome back, Chi-Chi. Bang Stun, everybody bang Stun tonight. Slay Blaze, Hector the Dude, Hump DZ, Bass Fisher, and a whole lot more. Good to see you guys, good to see you guys. So, yeah, so to kind of like dovetail where I left off there is this. Now the question becomes for some of you, is it too late? Is it too late to capitalize on this bull run? Let's say you were too scared, or you're too hesitant, or your finances didn't enable you to be able to use and leverage September as an accumulation period. Now what? Now what? Is it too late for you? Now, this is just my opinion, not financial advice, but based on all the analytical data that myself and Nick have been looking at, and based on crypto history, recent crypto history, I would say absolutely not. I would say absolutely not. I think this bull run's just getting started. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna have not gonna have peaks and valleys, because we most certainly are. But I think the overall trajectory of the next couple months is going to be excessively bullish. Excessively bullish. Folks, another good reminder to this point that I'm making now, don't write off Bitcoin. Now, we talk some friendly smack about Bitcoin in these parts because we're very Doge-centric people. We understand the strengths of Doge and where Bitcoin falls short and where Doge will take over. And I still strongly believe that. But that being said, I still have a mass amount of respect for Bitcoin. I have a lot of respect for Bitcoin. This always surprises people in the Bitcoin community when they talk to me because I'm known as such a Doge-centric content creator. But I love Bitcoin. And even Bitcoin at its current position, if you were to buy in on Bitcoin at its current position right now, granted, if you're a patient person, there is, in my opinion, a lot of money left on that table. Even in Bitcoin, there is a lot of money left on that table. We have some very respected analysts that have come out just recently over the past couple of weeks and are estimated that Bitcoin is going to make it to the neighborhood of 300,000 within the next couple of years. Will this happen? I would put this personally in moderate to moderate high probability of that actually coming into fruition. So even if you were to put in a couple $1,000s into Bitcoin right now, at its current position of where are we at, 47,000-ish, and let's say that falls short 100,000 even in less than 24 months from now, and we're looking at 200,000 on Bitcoin. Well, you've more than 4 times your money. You know, don't discount that. I'm not saying that that should be your number one position. I personally don't think it's probably your best bet to be your number one position unless you got in much earlier or you have a lot of money to put in. That's a different story. Then it would probably be worth it to make it your number one or number two investment. But most of us here aren't those people. I'm working class. Most of my audience is working class, with a few exceptions of crypto millionaires. And I know you're out there. I've talked to you. There's 2 now crypto millionaires that attribute my program to them now being millionaires, which is both wild and humbling to me, and just cool. What's really ironic about it is I'm far from it. I'm far from it. But it's just interesting because there are people out there that have taken my general advice that had a lot more capital to play with than I did, and consequentially have been able to parlay that into a situation where now they are millionaires. If I had enough capital to do what they did, I would do it. If I had enough if I could take my own advice, except with a ton more capital to exercise that advice with, I would be in the same position, but I'm not. I'm far from it. Mike Davis just posted a video titled "Breaking Bitcoin to 6 Million." Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I'm not gonna check it out now. I have a show, but yeah, I like Mike. Mike is also in on the Dojax project with me. It's Mike Davis, myself, Matt Wallace, of course, Sadia Slay. Sadia Slay is really cool. I've been talking with her. She's a pretty dynamic woman, and she's one of the bigger Dogex NFT whales. She owns upwards of 40 of them. She's seriously, I think she's almost at about 40 Dogex NFTs in her collection. And then Miles G. But the Dojax team asked me, what was that, about 2 weeks ago now, to deepen my involvement with the project, and asked me to come on board in a greater capacity. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been having a great time, and things have really picked up too. So Dojax is almost 80% minted now, and we're moving at such a healthy, steady pace of growth. It's really good to see. It wasn't that long ago that we were actually at 69% minted. It was just a couple days ago. So now we're encroaching in on 80% minted. And then there was an Elon themed Dojax NFT just yesterday that sold for about 12,000 in Ethereum. So I actually thought that was a pretty good win-win, because that's one of the more rarities. So I think that's going to be likely turn out to be a pretty good investment for even the person that bought. But it's great to see. You want to see this kind of action on a new NFT line. You want to see this kind of trading at higher levels, even though you know it's likely going to go much higher. It's still healthy to get that volume pumping and moving, and yeah, it's good to see. Let's see. Doge headed back to 22 cents. It certainly is. So right now we are on a 5-minute chart. Why don't we take a closer look at what's going on with the Doge, you guys? Un momento. I will see where the chart is. I have so many tabs open on my screen here. Okay. Yeah, we are on the 5-minute chart. I don't really want to go in any sooner than that. In fact, I want to zoom it out to about 15-minute chart. There we go. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Yeah, we've been, so here's another thing too. I'm sure those of you who've been watching the market fairly closely have been noticing that both Ethereum and Bitcoin have been moving in greater volume and been making some bigger strides than Dogecoin is at this moment in time. So both Bitcoin and Ethereum are acting strikingly more bullish right now than Dogecoin. Dogecoin's still doing well, don't get me wrong. It's definitely on the uptrend, but it's not acting as bullishly as Bitcoin or Ethereum. And people always get a little bit worried when that happens, but I never do. I never do, because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. Some of this stuff's gotten to be so predictable, but it's always good just to remind people that are Doge enthusiasts, Doge investors, to calm them down, because what we've seen over and over again, even just since I've been broadcasting, we've seen this over and over again, you guys. We have seen periods where Bitcoin pumps and then Ethereum pumps pretty significantly, and where Doge just kind of, it's like that meme where you're trying to poke the stick at the dog and say, do something. Or at the Dogecoin, you're like, do something. Well, always inevitably, almost every single time, what ends up happening is Doge will then all of a sudden break out on its own bull run independently from both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it will really take off, and it'll do that for a day or two. And then it kind of catches up to the level of bullishness that both Ethereum and Bitcoin had accomplished. So I don't think that's much to worry about. I don't think it's much to worry about at all. And I'm pretty confident that we are going to see this same kind of thing again. I think we're going to see it toggle back and forth. Overall, this is all still systemic from Bitcoin dominance, right? So let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, Chi-Chi says sometimes Doge follows at times, and sometimes it does its own thing. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Abstractus says, I haven't gotten the Dojax, but I did get a rare Labbit on Vive. Vivi. How is it? I know most people pronounce it Vivi. To me, I feel like it sounds cooler to just say Vive, but I think it's Vivi. Vivi today for 3.5. The floor price is, wow. Yeah, it sounds like a good score when you're lining it up against what that floor price is. So sounds like a good score. I'm not familiar with that collection. Yeah. So, and also going forward too, I will be elaborating more on the NFT scene going into the future. I will be covering it a bit more on this show. I've been really just deep diving into different collections and artists in efforts to find things that just strongly resonate with me as a project and as art, that I also think has great potential for profits. And so I'll be talking about more of that in the future and talking to some of those artists as well. But don't worry, I'm always going to continue to keep a very Doge-centric focus, guys. when I talk about such things in the market. Beef Supreme says something big is coming. Yeah, I think so too. This is what we're seeing right now. It's just the teaser. Beef Supreme coming in with a $7 super chat. $6.99, the big 6-9. Big Doge energy from Beef Supreme. I love it. Thank you, Beef. Appreciate your beefy energy, my friend. Great to see you back in the mix. Says press 6-9 for a Dogecoin surge. Hey, I'm on board. I'm going to press it right now. I'm a big fan of 6-9 for a number of reasons. Thank you, Beef Supreme. Appreciate that. So, yeah, we are we are just getting the teaser. We're getting the teaser to the epic next phase of the movie. The teaser to the next part of the trilogy or chapter, big chapter, whatever you want to refer to it as. And we're just getting tipped off to that now. I'm still standing my initial prediction that I don't think we're really going to see. We're just getting the teaser right now. I don't even think we're really going to see the big legs come in for a little while longer. I'd say everything I've been looking at, the highest probability would be like mid-October. So I just paid my rents today. God, you ever have one of those days where you catch up on all your bills, all your rent? I have to pay rent on 2 places because of my business, my small business. Between that and bills and everything else, you know, when you just have one of those days where it all catches up with you, you're kind of behind, and you pay it all in one day. I had one of those days, and I just looking at my phone, looking at my bank account, I'm just like, just gut punch. Just gut punch. You're like, well, everything's paid off, but ugh. Let me see. Iran lifted the ban on crypto mining today. I did hear a little bit about that. How that affects the market remains to be seen, but it can only help. Pretty interesting and encouraging progress from Iran on crypto freedom. So I'll continue to keep an eye on that. I think it's wonderful news. So we are at about, I think we'll don't be discouraged if the market starts kind of trading sideways as it is where it's at right now. Because that's totally normal if it does that, and totally healthy if it continues to do that. Don't be alarmed by that, guys. Don't be alarmed by that. Like I said, everything I've been looking at, I don't think we're really going to see this thing the whole market get massive legs until mid-October. Now, would I like to be surprised with an earlier blossoming and complete flourishing into full-blown bull mode before then? Of course I would. But I think that's on the lower probability. But I'm definitely putting the massive legs of the bull run really kicking in by around the middle of the month in high probability category. Anyway. Let's see. Let me take a look at some stories here and my notes. And you guys can feel free to just chime in with any questions or comments along the way. This came out yesterday from Benzinga. I just had a wonderful interview with Benzinga last week, about a week ago now, on their official podcast with Phil Hall, who's one of my favorite journalists in crypto. He does a marvelous job. And he and I had a nice talk for about 20 minutes long. A nice Q&A. So that podcast will be coming out within the next week. I'll keep you posted on that. Furthermore, keep you guys posted on something else. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be the special featured guest on Ross Nichols' podcast, okay? Or live stream. And I thought it was going to be on his new YouTube channel, but there was some mix-up where he meant to promote it on YouTube, but kept saying Twitch, so now I guess we're just going to do it on his Twitch channel, which is already more established than his YouTube channel. So I'm going to be the special guest on Ross Nichols' Twitch channel tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'll probably do a after show live stream once I securely finish that show. But yeah, I would love to see you guys over there. So if you don't already follow, if you already or don't follow Ross on Twitter, give him a follow. He'll be posting all his information there. Ross is nearing in on about 50,000 followers now. 50,000 followers. I'm a bit stagnated because I think I breached one of the laws of wrong think. So I think there's been a little bit of a throttling going on there. So we'll just see how it shakes out. Seinfeld is on Netflix now. That is great news. That's fantastic news. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of both Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Anyone like Curb Your Enthusiasm? I think they're fantastic. Curb Your Enthusiasm has been, hands down, one of my favorite shows for many, many years. I was really happy to see it come back. Yeah. I actually like Curb Your Enthusiasm even better than Seinfeld. Nothing against Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld, but, you know. You can't think about Seinfeld without thinking about that iconic little bass line, that like synth slap bass. Boom, 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 boom. Tell us about the whale that Matt Wallace was talking about. Oh, I actually didn't catch that. I almost catch every single Matt Wallace video that he puts out because he's on my notifications, but I honestly didn't. That's the one I didn't catch. That must have just happened last night or today. Road Jogan, welcome aboard, Road Jogan, and Stormer, welcome in. Feels good when you buy at the bottom of the dip, Stormer says. That's the idea, isn't it? You know, show investment courage where others show fear, and that's where the money is. I mean, you got to be smart about it. You can't just throw your money at any stupid crap. Which sometimes I do on a very small level for fun, but how Kramer could afford that apartment? Yeah, when you consider rent in Manhattan, it's a very, very good question. Let's see here. Let's take a look at a little bit of Doge charting. Yeah, so we're nearing in on, I think we'll probably breach past 22 cents while we're still on the air here. I got another green candle budding. I think we've moved past the last phase of healthy retracement, and I think we're going to make a run for it now. There seems to be a lot of resistance, however, right about here, right about 21.8, 21.85. So I think if we can blast through that there, I think that makes the likelihood of 22 cents incredibly probable within the next 15 minutes or so. So we'll continue to monitor that. Again, I'm not worried about Dogecoin. I know the fundamentals of Dogecoin are very strong. And I think Dogecoin has arguably the largest, most active, passionate community in all of crypto. And we do have data to show that now. The only thing is we got to make sure to keep things positive, keep things upbeat, keep things welcoming for people, right? Be good examples. Not get too caught down in negativity or being hyper judgmental of others, things like this. These aren't attributes that make for successful investment communities, right? So it's important to keep the fun in it, right? I mean, Dogecoin, dog money. It's a happy accident, folks. I've had these discussions with Billy Marcus a few times now, where he never expected it to go this far, but he did. I remember telling Billy one time in private. I said, "Well, you know what? If you didn't go ahead and create all that utility with it, we wouldn't be here talking." And he laughed. And he knows it's true. He's a very, very modest man, but he knows. Abstractus says every time I bought the dip, I definitely dip more. Yeah, it depends. That's why you never hear me saying buy the dip. I don't use those words. I don't give those explicit instructions. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't personally. What I do is I walk you through my logic and my thinking on it and see if that's helpful. And that's, I've been told that's been helpful for a lot of people. Now, the furthest I've gone is like I've explained, I just try to explain the data to you guys. I try to explain the market trends, and I think the probability of success greatly increases once people understand the general history and market trends in crypto. Now, you can also extend yourself, right, beyond your comfort zone. And I think for most people, I think that's a healthy thing to do on a smaller scale. But you got to do your homework on newer projects. For example, I'm a newer investor in Avalanche. Now, I wasn't super sure I wanted to put any money in Avalanche. But after I did my research and I looked at the market that it's been able to successfully carve out for itself, and the ties that they've been able to solidify with different respective companies, I decided that a smaller investment in Avalanche was good, and it's already paid off pretty well, considering the size of that investment. Welcome, Duncan. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, definitely seen some new names in here tonight. I want to welcome any and all new viewers and invite you to join our community. We've got a cool community here, really. Honestly, I think we've got the best community in all of crypto. We may not be the biggest channel, but I really think we've got the best, highest quality little community here in the entire web, honestly, when it comes to any crypto-related kind of channel. So we'd love to have you along with us for the ride. Eric says, this is a long investment. Check the chart. Go back to 2018-19. That is your answer. That's something exactly, Eric. That's something I talk about quite a bit here. Not only go back 6 months, but go back 6 years. And the overall arcing trajectory narrative of crypto and its respective markets, it's always the same. It's a tale of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And newer investors sometimes they'll come in on a bull run. So the most common typical scenario that happens is a newer investor will get in on a bull run because they hear about it from the news, or they hear about it from friends that are making money, and then they get excited, it piques their interest. Then they finally dip their toes, they get set up on an exchange and make their first few purchases, right? And then, just as they're getting in, because by the time they hear about it and get it together and actually take the leap because they're new, the bull market sharply drops, right? Now they question their investment, they're a little bit bitter, they get a little bit cynical, maybe they start talking some smack. I mean, when I was first making more of my investments, I made those mistakes too, where I would buy more at the top on a few. But the things I bought at the top on do really well long term. So just as long as you're investing in some really solid projects with a long-term future, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like ADA, like Dogecoin, obviously, like XRP or Avalanche, Luna, whatever. These are all projects that have very high probabilities of long-term dividends. So even if you're one of those people that bought at the top on a particular bull cycle, just chill out. Just forget about it, as my Italian friends say. People think I'm Italian a lot. I'm not Italian. People have mistaken me mostly for Italian and Serbian. I'm neither Italian or Serbian. I'm almost split right down the middle between English and Dutch. I'm about half Dutch, about half English, and a smidge of German in there. Yeah, and this surprisingly is not advice that you'll get on a lot of crypto channels. A lot of crypto channels that are a lot more popular than mine, they'll advise you to get caught up in the day trading. They'll advise you to get caught up in constantly trying to trade and make $500 here, make $200 here, make 1,000 here, make 1,000 there, and keep cycling. I would not feel comfortable giving that advice to people. No way. No way. I would feel actually very uncomfortable giving that advice to people. I don't think it'd be the right thing to do. Folks, the only people largely that are successful at day trading crypto are very seasoned in this and come out of a very seasoned background in day trading in stocks. And been doing this for quite a long time. And even at that, those guys will get their asses handed to them sometimes. Captain Howdy, keeping things going with a super chat for $1.50. Thank you, Captain Howdy. Appreciate you. He says, nope. Thank you for that. Mikey coming in says, Steven Steele, my man, love your intro to your show. Thank you. Appreciate it. I worked hard on both my intros and outros. I got a couple that I fluctuate intermittently. And I'm working on another video edit as well to kind of work in there. But thank you so much. Appreciate it, Mikey. You know, Duncan says crypto's very volatile. That's why we're here, though, because it's a lot more dynamic and exciting than stocks, right? But again, when in doubt, zoom out. You look at it. You look at the whole trajectory. The whole trajectory on cryptos with sound utility and sound utility and solid communities is one that's going in the right direction. You know? There's no need to overthink it. See, stocks move much more conservatively than crypto. Crypto is a wild ride, roller coaster ride like this. But if you're investing in the right projects, the roller coaster goes like this almost every time with the right projects. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look what my hand's doing. Where's it ending up? Top corner, right? Bottom corner to top corner. That whole ride along the way was really topsy-turvy, right? Like a crazy roller coaster. But the ultimate trajectory, when you look back on a 24, 36-month, 48-month period, is going to be one that it ends up in this corner. I mean, I look at my Bitcoin gains right now, they're not substantial at all. I'm not worried about it. I know they will be. Not even thinking about touching most of this stuff. Now there's, don't get me wrong, I do a little bit of trading, I do a little bit of rearranging in the portfolio, semi often, but other than that. But then I have my separate kind of hobbyist thing in the, occasionally I'll dabble in the BSC market just for fun, and that's paid off sometimes, and other times not. You just gotta know what you're getting yourself into there. Definitely not for everyone. Thoughts on XLM? I like it. I like XLM. I think it's pretty sound. The only reason why I'm not additionally invested in XLM is I don't have the money to do it. I'm stretched already. I wouldn't say I'm as bullish on XLM as I am on, say, Lunaterra, but I like it. I like it fine. You guys see some of the artwork that's going on the Discord for giveaway. I think you're talking about the Dogex giveaway. The artwork's been awesome. The artwork really exceeded my expectations. There's some really talented graphic designers and artists in the Dojax community. I really like the classic retro style, almost like World War II looking like posters, style posters, like 1940s. Really cool looking. Yeah. Sushi made some gains. That's cool. It's good to hear. I'm going to check out a couple. Why don't we check out some markets right now? I'm just going to crack open the phone here and take a look. And I noticed a few of you usually watch Living with Lucy, and I appreciate you joining me because I think she's streaming right now too. So maybe you got a split screen, but or maybe you're taking a night off and gonna catch up on her later. But I appreciate it. I love the Living with Lucy community. I love her. Her and I get along really well, and so I noticed that we share a lot of crossover of our audiences. So yeah, so MetaBots is something I'm invested in that I think is going to continually do very well over the next few months. We did see some pretty severe is a little too strong. We did see some stronger retracement correction on it over the last day and a half, but it's stabilized at a pretty healthy, acceptable level. And then also I noticed BitBoy Crypto out of nowhere got really bullish on MetaBots too, which I didn't expect, because he and we rarely overlap on things, and we have pretty distinct different opinions on some pretty key fundamentals. I don't say that out of disrespect. I still watch his program sometimes, and I enjoy it, and he works very hard. He works very hard. But, fact of the matter is, he and I do have some fundamental differences. He encourages people his viewers to do more of a take profits regularly kind of thing, and more of a day trading-ish approach. And I do not subscribe to that overall. I do have some investments where I do encourage people to pull their profits on, usually in the more token-ended kind of things. But as far as high utility, long-term, fundamental kind of coins, I think most people frankly get wrecked doing that. I think you guys are going to have a much higher chance of and probability of success at just being patient. Just being patient. iKing says, "Cool, you show your face now, bro." Not bad looking person. Thanks. He's like, not bad, thanks. Yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment for me. Being on camera, I'm getting used to it more, and I think it's fun. It's just an added dynamic. But it's definitely been an adjustment for me after being just the voice, and then all of a sudden, here we are. You know who's texting me right now, guys, is Sadaf. Sadaf's texting me. it's like a pun. It's kind of like a naughty pun that she sent me joke. But we're going to have Sadaf on very soon. The reason why Sadaf hasn't been on is because she's been in such extensive, strict lockdown over in Sydney, Australia, that the poor woman hasn't been able to visit a salon in over 4 months. Now, if you're a woman and you haven't been able to get your hair done or anything like that in over 4 months, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. So she's like, I'm not going to do camera until I can visit a salon. I just can't do it. You know, my perspective, I'm like, oh, Sadaf, you're gorgeous. Like, don't be ridiculous. Put your hair in a bun. Let's do it, right? But, you know, I can only convince her so much. What up, Mr. Steele? Hello, Matt's Market. Good to see you back in the fold. Haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you on camera, man. Like the setup. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Matt. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hear you, Stormer. I read your comment. I got it. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's one of these things where we're just seeing a overwhelmingly alarming trajectory in terms of people's personal freedoms. And I don't mean that. I'm not trying to open this up for like a debate regarding, I don't even want to talk about the issue because I don't want to bring attention to it. But it's an obvious global thing we're dealing with right now, right? But and I do empathize with people's logic and number of opinions on that. Like, I get it. But I'm more speaking to the restrictions on people's opinions and the restrictions on people's basic speech, where we're just seeing just too much concentrated power of what essentially is equivalent to the town square, right? And I think there needs to be something done wherein people are more protected in that regard. I'll just say that. Matt's Market, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Love to see that green on the screen, if you know what I mean. Awesome. Welcome aboard. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a members-only stream after tonight. I might do it. I very well might do it. But thank you for the support, Matt, and welcome. So let's see where our little Doge is doing here. Yeah, see, we are slowly getting there. We're at 21.85 right now. That is the main, what I tell you, that's the main test of resistance that we keep running up. Keep running up to against is right around between 21.85, 21.9, and we just keep. Yep, see, it's it's already hitting it almost like a brick wall right around there. But I do think we're going to get up into 22, probably even 23, back into 23 cents before dawn. Abstractus Artemis, keeping things going, keeping some pep in my step with a $2 super sticker. He knows the rules. If you super sticker me, I have to do an impersonation of that super sticker. So let's take a look at what we got here. All right, there's the Shiba Inu. He's doing this, and he's doing something like this. Okay, that's what you get. Did I nail it good enough? You let me know. You decide. But oh, I love Fleetwood Mac. I love that song. What was my train of thought? Oh, so the predominant end of year predictions for Bitcoin, up until the last 2 months were 100,000. And I never felt comfortable signing up for that 100,000 end of year. And I was always seen as a McCrabby pants because I just said, I just don't see it quite getting there. Don't be wrong, I think it's going to definitely get there. I just don't think it's quite getting there by the end of the year. I've already let you guys know my opinion on 2022. I think 2022 is going to be probably the most remarkably bullish, exciting year to date for cryptocurrency and NFTs. Hands down, I think it's going to go absolutely ballistic comparatively to everything we've seen thus far. This end of year stuff now, Bitcoin end of year now, probably around 70, maybe 65 or 70. Abstractus says I nailed it on the super sticker. Oh man. You guys are challenging me now. Now I gotta try to impersonate the lounging aerobic pair with a how's it going. This one's not going to be probably is right on, but I'm going to give it a shot. And thank you for your super chat, Matt's Market. So let's see. Okay, he's doing this. He's chilling. He's got a little swagger where he goes like this, and then he's going. I think I'm getting it. All right, there we go. There's the super sticker impersonation. Or Matt's Market. I like the song, We're Not Going to Take It. Obviously, I mean, your name's Captain Howdy. That's one of the quintessential Twisted Sister songs. What's good, Doge fam? Glad to see you got a laptop working, Steven. On my way to bed, but couldn't help but pop in and say hi. Good to see you, Jimmy D. Thank you for popping in and saying hello, my friend. Yeah, I literally took the bottom off of my MacBook Pro last night, and I went in there, man. I didn't take it to a MacBook shop. But I did just a few basic things, and it worked out for now. I think I'm going to have to keep my eye on a new rig, though, in the near future. Because the fact that I'm able to do all this off a MacBook Pro is pretty extraordinary, if you know anything about streaming. But I had to do a lot of tweaks in order to even get this set up to do what it does. High Tech Lowlife says, I think Doge will go past 10 easily. 10 bucks? I won't say it's going to go past there easily, but yeah, I definitely could see it. I definitely could see it getting there. We are just still so much in the infancy stages of crypto in general. So, as I've often said, I think the history books are going to look back at a time window like this in 2021 and view it as something that's still in the infancy stages of crypto. Matt's Market coming in with a $5 super chat, keeping pep in my step. Thank you, Matt. Good stuff, man. I sent you a DM on Twitter. Check it out when you get a sec. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. I will check my DMs, and I will get back to you. So thanks for the heads up. Showing a friend the Steele show on my projector tonight. Whoa, awesome. I'm on someone's big projector. That is so cool. I love it. I love it when people send me screenshots of that, or it's not screenshots. So they'll send me pictures of them streaming my show. I haven't seen anyone stream my show on a straight up projector yet. I've seen people take pictures of them kicking their feet up, stream my show on a really big flat screen or something. I always think that looks pretty wild. Looks pretty cool. My setup is really some people think that my production must be pretty wild over here. It's wild, but it's not wild in the way you think it is. It's really janky. My setup is so janky. I've got like a microphone that costs less, a USB mic that costs less than $100. I got a Logic Brio cam, which I'm pretty happy with, and I got a MacBook Pro with pretty good processing. I mean, obviously it has to have pretty good processing to even do as much as it's doing now, but MacBooks have a really hard time live streaming, typically. Enlarged Steven. I don't know how I feel about that term, enlarged. It sounds weird. Double XL. Chi-Chi says, yep, do it on my 86-inch all the time. Well, thank you, Chi-Chi. I could send you a link to the video if you want. Yeah, go for it. So I'm just looking at my notes because I've kind of been just freestyling off the top of my head, and I haven't really even gotten to any of the stories. This is an obvious one, and one it's worth revisiting because it keeps getting the news rounds. And it's really good to see. It's really good to see Billy Marcus taking a really recent and decisive pivot towards pushing Dogecoin for further NFT market adaptation. And Billy Marcus said this: 2 things I believe would help Dogecoin. 1, completion of the Doge Ethereum bridge. 2, NFT platforms like OpenSea allowing for the Doge ETH token to be used for purchases. NFTs purchasing is high demand with crypto. Allowing for Doge purchases of NFT greatly increases its utility. So this is common sense stuff. The thing is, when it's put to statement like that from Billy Marcus, it's incredibly beneficial for the Dogecoin community, obviously, given his notoriety. Matt's Market coming in with $2 super sticker. You son of a gun. Okay, Matt, let's see. All right, rules is I got to try to impersonate the super sticker. So first $2 super sticker is cool. And we're going to do this one. Looks like he's got a little swagger. Looks like he's had a few. So he's going. Okay, that's the first one. Second $2 super sticker is an embarrassed pair. Embarrassed pair. Oh my. That's the best I can do, an embarrassed pair, while I'm sitting on the sofa. So sorry if I came up a little short on that one. Now this third one I know I can do well. It's a $3 super sticker showing some kung fu fist bumps. So we can do those. Ready? How about that for some 3D kung fu action? Yeah, them's the rules, folks. Yeah, starting to cool off. We'll get into fall. My neighbor's burning his leaves. I don't like leaf burners in the city. It's like, now my apartment's smelling like it. Now I gotta go shut the windows. Just not very considerate. But, so I'm growing the beard out a little more, getting to make it, just beefing up the beard a little bit more for the cold weather coming in. I'll stay to see the impressions. Okay. Okay. I hope it was worth it, Matt's Market. So I think that this is the right focus. In fact, Steve is the type of guy you want to take home to your mom. I'm glad you feel that way. I don't know if that everybody does, but I take that as a compliment. Anyway, as I was saying, I think this is the right trajectory to take, right, guys? I think this is the right thing to do as far as the focus of making one of the main predominant focuses of the Dogecoin community to further adaptation within the NFT market. I think it's something we need to stay focused on. I think it's something that we need to campaign for on a regular basis. I think it's something that needs to happen as soon as possible, honestly. I think the upside for this will be absolutely enormous. I think that this will have a catapulting effect on the popularity of Dogecoin. And it's just the kind of shot in the arm that we need right now to really solidify Dogecoin's place in digital currency history long term. When we get all this trading action going on and get this volume going on, it's great to hold. I'm a big fan of hold, obviously. I'm also a big fan of actually using Dogecoin. Using Dogecoin in the marketplace as a purchasing mechanism really helps out. Really helps out the project. It really helps out and solidify and advance further adoption. Not only that, but the NFT market is just going so wild right now that, let's say, if OpenSea begins to be able to accept a Dogecoin token as a consequence of the Dogecoin Ethereum bridge, I think that'll be absolutely game changing for the not only the adoption of Dogecoin, but what it will mean for ascending its market value. I love the smell of burning leaves, just not going right into the house. Okay, that's fair. I like the smell of... I wouldn't say I like the smell of burning leaves. I like the smell of bonfires. I love the smell of bonfires. Probably because it just conjures up a lot of great nostalgia, frankly. But I love camping. I love the smell of bonfires. I could do without the leaf burning smell. Remember having s'mores as a kid? They're so tasty. So many tasty s'more memories when you're a child, right? You get the 2 graham crackers. You get the marshmallows. And you get the Hershey squares that you break off. And usually what most people do, most kids do, they don't just take the 1 block of chocolate squares. They usually put in 2. So most kids, and what I did, is you take 2 graham crackers, you take 2 slices of chocolate, and you got a marshmallow in between. And then you roast it up. Good stuff, good stuff. You know what's terrible, though? You know what's terrible is stale graham crackers. Stale graham crackers. And I'm going to extrapolate on stale. My Doge just tried to steal. You sneaky little Bia. My Doge is trying to steal my high-end dark chocolate, sea salt infused dark chocolate. You are so naughty. You don't love me. You just love me for my dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is not good for dogs, obviously, but this one's got an iron stomach. She can take it in small doses. But I'm going to talk more about stale graham crackers momentarily after I text Sadaf back. So I've been leaving her hanging. So I'm just going to tell her we're live right now and tell her to get her butt to a salon so she can join me as my co-hostess with the mostest. I just said I'm live at the moment. Folks, miss you. There we go. So, all right. Soggy, stale graham crackers are truly awful. You ever remember that feeling? You ever remember trying to put together a s'more? Or you just want to take a graham cracker and throw a little peanut butter on it, just a graham cracker when you're a kid, when you run out the door. And you take that graham cracker and you bite into it, and it's like someone left the bag open, someone left the box open. Then you bite in, it's just like, ugh. You bite into a flaccid graham cracker. The one attribute that makes graham crackers phenomenal is its crispiness. That's the whole appeal. You take away the crispiness of a graham cracker, it's no longer has relevance to its existence. At that point, that graham cracker is dead to me. It's dead to me. Right? Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. Some of that stuff I can't read out loud, guys. Okay. Golden Greaser. Good to see you, Golden Greaser. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm personally not a fast food man, but if you guys had to pick one fast food that you like more than others that you think is exceptional, what fast food franchise would that be? That graham cracker could be used as cheesecake crust. You know, it could be. To be honest with you, that's something I didn't consider. But I will say, a crispy granulated graham cracker crust is going to taste a heck of a lot better than a soggy granulated graham cracker crust. A stale one. All right, see what Sadaf had to say back here. Sadaf says she misses you guys too. Says she misses you guys too. And she wants me to tell you guys about something that I'm still trying to understand. She wants... Someone asked her. I can't read this out loud. Sadaf, I can't read this on YouTube. It's a little too naughty. But it appears that she sent me a screenshot that someone had asked her for a picture of camel's toes. You know what I mean? And then what was sent back was that. That's what she sent back. So there we go. There we have it. Ba-dum-bum. Well played. I would consider myself a pretty punny man, so I'm all for it. Two kinds of humor that I love very endearingly are dad jokes and puns. Dad jokes and puns all day long. Celeste, welcome back. She just came back. All I'm hearing are graham crackers. Graham crackers. You know, I told this story one other time. And I'm not going to... When I told it before, I told it very dramatically, and it lasted like 30 minutes or something. I'm not going to do that now. I don't think most of you heard it, so I'm just going to tell you a small part of it. Because now we're talking about s'mores. Now I'm getting the Rolodex of my memory is firing with all my memories that are associated with s'mores. And so I remember at summer camp, I'd go to this summer camp every summer as a teen. And I was a budding little skate punk back then. Anyway, I was probably 13 years old, maybe 13, 14. And there was this talent show at the end of the week. And there's this guy named Brad who was like, he became my kind of like older brother-ish kind of role model for a few years in my life back then. And at that time growing up, I grew up in a pretty rough home situation, just say that. But so he was like a really cool guy. He was like 16 or 17, and he drove a 1961 MG convertible. And he's really good with the girls, and he was like a skater, and he introduced me a lot of like weird, cool music. Anyway, he convinced me to play in the talent competition with him and two other guys and play bass from this song that was called "I Still Believe" by The Call, which was most notably featured in the seminal 80s vampire film The Lost Boys. So I didn't know how to play bass. I had since gone on to be an experienced bass player, but back then I didn't have an experience. He just handed me a bass guitar, and I worked on that song all week until I ended up pulling it off. We ended up getting second in the talent contest. A very wholesome, straight-laced girl got first, because it's Christian summer camp. So afterwards, there was this was the last night of summer camp, and I'd been crushing on this girl the whole week. But I was at the age where I was really too nervous and scared to talk to girls. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I was talking to them, but I was too nervous or scared to like just cold approach a girl that I liked, put it that way. So that girl was hanging out by herself after the talent contest that she had just watched me. And I was just like kind of staring at her like a deer in headlights. And my older friend Brad, it's like, dude, what are you waiting for? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I know you've been crushing on that girl all week. Go talk to her, dummy. I said, I'm trying. He's like, well, try harder. You don't have any greater window of opportunity than right now to go talk to this girl. And he is right. She had just witnessed me perform a fairly successful performance in a talent contest, playing on bass with these guys that are a few years older than me. And it's the last night of summer camp. You gotta risk it for the biscuit or it's not gonna happen. So I didn't even know what I was gonna say to her. All my nerves are freaking going at peak volume. Palms are sweaty, all that stuff. I didn't know what I was going to say, but he said, go. So I started approaching her. And as I approached her, I took a quick detour to the picnic table, and I picked up enough stuff to make two s'mores. And as I'm walking over to her, I'm like quickly putting together two s'mores in my hands. They're good ones too, nice thick ones with lots of chocolate bars in them. And she just looked at me, gave me a blank stare, and I just said, and I stared at her for a minute, and I just said, s'more? And then there was a little bit of hesitation there. I didn't know where I stood quite yet. And then she paused. She went, yeah, okay. I'm like, oh, that was easy. I built this big thing up in my head. All I had to do was offer her some more, and then we got on really well. I think I gave her a kiss goodnight, goodbye, whatever. We kept in touch. Literal pen pals. I'm old enough to remember those days. Yeah, mom spaghetti moment, for sure. Mom spaghetti. Never forgetting mom spaghetti. Steven, his stories is summer camp 92. Pretty close. Pretty close. Steven likes them thick. How do you know that, sir? How do you know that? Then on Cloud 9 after that performance. A few detours since Cloud 9, but overall we try to maintain that, right? Ladies can't be so too thick s'mores. Crypto Iron Man. Welcome, Crypto Iron Man. New name in the chat. Always good to see new names, new folks. So, okay. Oh, that's another thing I was going to do. I was going to do a little market rounder for you guys. I'm opening my phone. I'm opening up some charts in my phone. So, Ethereum right now, it's trading at about 3,400. I think it's going to do enormously better than that within October, enormously. So it's up. Ethereum's up 4% for the day. Now with the recent bull run, it's actually putting it up at 16.5% for the week. But keep in mind, we're still down about 8.5% over the last month for Ethereum. So that's just how bearish September was, where even though we are up sharply, we are still down about 16% over the last 4 weeks. So that's how far down we were. But I think we're going to do considerably more with Ethereum in the next month. Bitcoin right now is trading just under 48,000, which is really good. This is a really good place for Bitcoin to be in such a short amount of time compared to where we were just a few days ago. Bitcoin is up over 13% over the last week, and that's extraordinary. When you consider that Bitcoin's market cap is over 900 billion, I mean, that's a lot of money being injected in order to see a 13% increase just over the last 48 hours, right? And then Doge right now, it's up a bit, but not as much as the others. But it's up about 6% over the last week. Kind of trading sideways today for the most part. Slightly bullish over the last hour. It's trading about a 0.5% up. But it's down. It's down 27% over the last month. Now, for those of you who weren't here towards the beginning of the show, let me just reassure you that that's natural and that's normal for Dogecoin to do what it's doing now. Because those who are more heavily invested in Dogecoin, they always freak out. Like, why is Ethereum, why is Bitcoin running so bullishly in Dogecoin modestly? Almost every single time this has happened, they switch off and they toggle back and forth, where I believe over the next week we are going to see a couple days wherein Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't terribly bullish and Dogecoin breaks out and really is. I missed that guy in Artifact. What are we seeing? Goose, awesome. I love Crypto Batman. Crypto Batman was one of the first content creators to reach out to me when I first started making stuff. I'm too much of a pleb to be able to afford one of his NFTs, one of his Stickman NFTs. I'm too much of a pleb. I can't do it. Can't swing it, man. Oh, I love, if you haven't seen Crypto Batman's appearances on Dr. Phil, they're hilarious. I mean, I think he pulled that off rather masterfully. I know he likes to leave it kind of ambiguous the zone. Is he serious or is he kidding? But I think there are a number of clues there to know which one it was. I mean, if you're on Dr. Phil because you literally think that you're Batman, and then part of your intro video monologue includes footage of you saying, in a Batman mask, saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna run to the 7-Eleven right now to see if there's any crimes that I can bust, and also to get a sixer of beer." So let me ask you guys a funny question. I mean, I've only been doing the live camera thing for probably about a week and a half now. Now, do I look like how the voice sounded, or is it like drastically different, where between what you heard from my voice and what you see now, is it like kind of jarring? You're like, whoa. Or is it like, oh, yeah, that's about what I thought? I'm just curious. Yeah, he's great. You know, the first two content creators to reach out to me when I first started was Crypto Batman and Matt Wallace. I mean, they both went out of their way to reach out to me and tell me that they liked what I was doing and to keep it up, and just were really encouraging and really cool. Remy. Yeah, I'm offering you a small, tiny piece of chocolate. That's all you're gonna get. Yeah, for real. She like can't believe it. She's like, "Are you serious?" Yeah, come on in. Say hi to folks. Come on. She's like shy. She's shy. You're being so shy. Come here. She's seriously, she can't believe that she's actually going to get a small piece. She cannot believe it. And she has an iron stomach. She can take a small piece. Come on. Come on. There you go. Sit. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to everyone? Steven needs a superhero name. I think Crypto Cyclops. Always knew the face to the voice. I think Goose is trolling. Oh, yeah. Pretty much what I thought, but you look like you're about to go on a date when PJs. I'm not gonna stream in my PJs, you guys. I clean up a bit for the camera. I'm not gonna just roll out of bed in my baggies. Oh, come on. No, my dog has an iron stomach. She gets like one very tiny piece now and again. I grew up around dogs. I grew up training dogs. I'm very, very in touch with their welfare, guys. It's okay. The only thing that's jarring is that jean jacket. Love you, bro, but not a fan of the jacket. That's fine. That's fine. No one has to be a fan of my aesthetic. I like what I like. I like my aesthetic. Yeah, I'm not even meaning to make this a straight brim hat. It's like kind of newish. So I bend it and it just kind of. Yeah, if you're watching me and you hate denim jackets, this might not be the best place for you, because they're like my staple. The Texas tuxedo. I'm just giving you a heads up, Tim. You might just get increasingly annoyed by my wardrobe. All right, let's go back to my notes here. Let's see how long I've been streaming. A bit now. Only thing I'm missing is the cowboy hat. I pull out the cowboy hat now and again. I'll probably be wearing it a bit more now that the weather's cooling off and get the big suede out, you know? I wore it that one night. I wore it on Steele Day. By the way, you guys, thank you for making that a thing. Steele Day is now September 28th, so it's official. It's official. I understand, Tim. No worries. No worries, guys. So, let's see. We're at 11:30. Been going about an hour and a half here. So what I think I'm going to do, I am going to wind this stream down, but don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere yet, you guys. That's a couple very important things for you to say to you guys. So don't click off. Number one, I'm going to set up a members only stream right after this. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to stay on long enough to kind of chat with you guys a little bit more. And while I'm on the air with you guys, I'm going to set up the URL and the time for the members only stream. So we'll take it over there. There's still like a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about with. Some more substantive stuff, some behind the scenes developments with the projects I'm involved in, and some more, obviously some more crypto market related stuff as well. So if you're not a member yet, consider becoming one. It's a great way to support the channel. Its membership only starts at just $4 a month. $4 a month. I pay $10 a month just to get super follower access to It's All Risky's Twitter. I'm actually live streaming all the time, and I live stream. What membership gives you, it gives you access to, firstly, all those cool, nifty members only emojis. But also what it does is it gives you that cool badge next to your name at all times. And then it gives you access to all the members only stream and all the members only videos and content. Now on average, I'm doing about 3 to 4, at least 3 members only streams per week, which is a lot for most people that do this sort of thing. So I think it's worth it. $4 a month, right? And it starts there. There's 3 different tiers, but just entry level's there. But that's also just a great way to support the community and keep the lights on over here at Steele Manor in this 1-bedroom stucco wall apartment. So right now I'm setting up the members only stream, guys, and I will have that link for you momentarily. Also, do not forget tomorrow, I will be on with Ross Nickel on his YouTube channel, or on his Twitch channel at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I think that's 6 p.m. my time. So make sure you're following Ross. I will be reposting it, the link on my Twitter as well, and in the Steven Steele Discord. There we go. All right, I'm setting it up right now, you guys. I'll have a members only link for you momentarily here. All right, and I also posted the link in the YouTube newsfeed thing that they have. There we go. So here's the link to the members only stream. That'll be happening in 15 minutes from now. Sorry, I'm just going to spam it in the chat there so no one misses it. So if you want to become a member, hit that join, and then you can meet us over at the members only in 15 minutes, guys. But I want to thank each and everyone else for showing up, whether you're a member or not. And Ramon, I just saw you there. Oh yeah, I acknowledged you earlier, Ramon. I don't like anyone to slip through the cracks of being acknowledged. Like Bud Dickman. Steven already made it quite clear we were a little weird around here, so yeah, it's true. We're an eccentric little community for sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Members, I'll see you in 15 minutes at that link in the chat. Be there. Don't be square. If you're not a member, consider becoming one. But if you're not, that's cool too. We appreciate just showing up either way. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you had fun. And you know me. I'll be back soon. Until next time, Steven Steele signing out.
You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully.
right at this moment. I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing will have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.